Hi everyone, welcome back to Decoding Studio once again, and today we are going to discuss about React Native developer roadmap. If you are going to start or you are already React Native developer and you have started your career with React Native, but you are not able to figure out like what will be the roadmap for React Native developer, like what tech stack you need to learn in order to become a good React Native developer or complete React Native developer. In this video, we are going to cover all of these things. So before moving forward, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please hit the subscribe button now. And let's get started. So basically, if you are a native Android developer, then you have to learn Java, Kotlin, and if you are a native iOS developer, then you have to learn Objective-C and Swift. And same with the window, you have to learn specific language. But here, using React Native, you can create a cross-platform mobile application for Android, iOS, and Windows using a single language, that is JavaScript. Let's try to understand what are those 5 things that we need or we require in order to become a React Native developer. So first one is JavaScript, second thing is React.js, and third thing is React Native UI components and UI library, and fourth thing is Android native knowledge, fifth and last one is iOS native knowledge. So these 5 things you should have in order to become a React Native developer. So in this video we will discuss what fundamentals or what basic things about these 5 you need to have in order to become a React Native developer. So let's start with the JavaScript. In JavaScript, basically you should have knowledge of variables, data type, what are the operators. So basically in JavaScript we have a different operators. For example, arithmetic operator, logical operator, assignment operator, comparison operator. So you should have some basic knowledge of these. And after that we have strings, how you can use strings, how you can calculate the length, how you can find the character of the strings. Next is object, in which you can see what is object and how you can create an object, what are key value pairs, how you can assess the properties of objects, how you can add it, delete items, if else conditions, for loop and switch. And then we have arrays. So this is a very important topic in JS, because most of the times when you are creating a mobile application or other web application, then you have to use that array, and array has a different types, like you can have a strings array, numbers array, objects array. So in JavaScript provides a different method to drive that array. For example, they provides a map, filter, reduce. You need to have these kind of all of these things in order to become a React Native developer. And then we have a function. So you need to know like how we can create a function, how we can call that function, how we can pass arguments or parameters, and what is return type. These kind of things inside of functions you have to learn. And after that we have a ECMAScript. So you need to know what is ECMAScript standards, what is ES5, what is ES6, 7, 8 and next. These kind of things you need to learn inside JavaScript. Unlike other languages, we don't have any proper data types. So here we can use a TypeScript to overcome these limitations. That's not mandatory, but still it's good to have in your tech stack if you can learn. So that's all about JavaScript, and let's move to the next part, React.js. What is React.js? So React.js is a UI library. It's provided by Facebook. Inside React.js we have a class component. After that we have a component lifecycle to handle that component. So basically how our UI will behave within a component, so that will be taken care by React.js component lifecycle. Component lifecycle has bunch of methods. For example, component did mount, should component update, component will update, and component did unmount. So these kind of methods they provide to handle our UI. And after that we have a states inside the component, how our data will flow. So that is taken care by state. And then props, how we can pass data from one component to another, or you can say one component to the child component. So that is taken care by of our state and props. So previously we were using a function component as a presentation component. That means we cannot use component lifecycle method inside function component, and also we are not able to use state inside our function component. To overcome this, React.js provided us React hooks. With the help of React hooks, we can use component lifecycle method and state inside our function component. So React is very important. So you have to learn that as well, in which you can learn use effect, use state. These are some basics, and we have advanced like use memo, use callback. So these kind of hooks as well. So you can use that. And after that we have to learn some pure component, react.memo. So these kind of things we need to learn inside a React.js in order to become a React Native developer. So the biggest problem in React.js is manage the state of application. So for that, there's a very beautiful library available. 99.99% developers are using that library, and that is Redux. You have to learn Redux. So it has a store, and you can call an action, save your data inside the store, and you can access the data whenever you need from anywhere in your mobile application. Redux also has some side effects. So to overcome that side effect, we need to use middleware. There are a couple of middleware available, for example Thunk and Saga. So you need to learn those middleware as well. And then last but not the least, we have to learn how we can call the APIs. So for API callings, we can use two libraries. One is Fetch, that is inbuilt by React.js, and second one is Axios. So Axios is better than Fetch because it provides some extra benefits, and you can learn about that as well. So that's all about React.js. So we have learned JavaScript fundamentals, React.js basics as well. So now we'll move to the React Native. This all thing is React Native. There are a library called as React Native that provides some UI element and some inbuilt API. So there are some UI components, for example view, text, flat list, button, touchable opacity, text input. So these kind of UI elements we have. And the only difference between React Native mobile application and React.js web application is that inside React.js we are using HTML tag along with CSS, and in React Native we are using React Native own UI component. So this is the only difference. So if you're learning JS and React.js, then you can be a web developer and mobile developer as well. So here in this video we are only talking about React Native mobile developer, so we'll stick with it. So React Native provides some other things as well, like dimension. So dimension is used to handle all the screen dimension. It provides us a screen height and width, and based on that we can create our components. We can give them height, width, and adjust, so it will be work on every Android and iOS devices. In React Native, most of the time we face issue that our UI, whatever UI we have created, it's not compatible with all Android and iOS devices. But with the help of Flexbox, you can create a UI that will be compatible with all the devices or all the screens available for Android and iOS. So you should also know about how we can use npm or yarn to install the packages. So basically it's a package manager. So there are inbuilt packages that we can use. Npm packages is nothing, it's just a bunch of code, pre-written code. We can install that packages inside our project and use that code, and you can also create your own packages as well. And sometimes we have to do something that is not available inside React Native. For example, you have to access native Android iOS APIs, for example camera, Bluetooth, and music player. So these kind of things is natively available inside our mobile application, so inside our Android and iOS native. So to access that, we can use already available packages, or you can create your own native packages as well. So where you can write your Android and iOS native code, and after that you can include that code inside your project, and you can use that. So that's all about React Native, UI and other APIs. Let's move to the fourth thing, and that is Android native. Definitely we can create a cross-platform mobile application using React Native, but it's very important to have knowledge of Android and iOS native. So let's try to understand what type of Android native knowledge you need to have inside a React Native. So basically you should learn about Android Studio. What is Android Studio, what is SDK Manager, how we can access the features of Android Studio, and after that we need to know how we can create a build, basically .apk file, signed APK, so we can upload to the Google Play Store. So you should also get some knowledge of how we can create mobile application over there and upload our APK, update the version of APK. So these kind of things you should be familiar with. And then there's a key store file to create a signed APK, and then a manifest file inside Android, and sometimes we have some libraries that we need to include or link with our native code. So basically some Android configuration you should learn about that as well. So that's all about Android native stuff. So let's move to the iOS now. Like Android, iOS also have ID named as Xcode. You should familiar with that Xcode, and after that if in order to create builds to upload to the App Store, you need to have some knowledge about how we can create a certificate provisioning profile. So these things are required in order to create iOS build. And after that you should learn about app Store, how you can configure build in App Store, you can upload build, you can change the other stuff inside App Store. And then like Android, we need to know about how we can configure iOS libraries and what is port file, what is plist file. So these kind of stuff you should know in order to become a React Native developer. So that's all about 5 things in React Native mobile application developer roadmap. Things we have discussed. If you have knowledge of all of those things, then definitely you are a good React Native developer. But become a senior React Native developer, we have a lot of other things that we need to learn. If you like this video and you want a senior React Native mobile developer roadmap as well, then just drop a message inside the comment section, and do share this video with your friends and colleagues. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please hit the subscribe button.